Now you listen here, Jimmy. The only way you're gonna save yourself from those nightmares is if you stay a virgin to those horror picture shows they're showing down at the theater. You stay away from those films, you hear? I don't know, Tom. I kinda like those movies. You know, they give me kind of a thrill you can't get from those hot rod ones you're always watching. I don't care about the nightmares. I love them.
What's up, guys? You are listening to another beautiful episode of Horror Movie Virgins with your host, Daniel, and your new co-host,
Kelsey.
We are back. And as you can tell, we are using the new soundboard. All right?
It's exciting. It's so exciting.
So exciting. We are loving it, man. I've been playing with these effects and shit like that, and I really like it. It's been fun. There's a lot of cool things we're going to be able to do with it. And for the movie we are doing, this one we were like between two.
Yeah.
I had bought in a movie that we were like, oh, our first episode is going to be on this, because originally the first episode I wanted to do was the Demeter.
Yeah.
And that's just first record. When this comes out, it's going to be coming out. We're doing if you're listening now, you already know we did Trick or Treat on Halloween to release on Halloween.
Yep.
With some of my friends. I found people who hadn't seen it. So we're doing an episode with them to come out on Halloween. But this episode is actually being recorded well before that episode is being recorded. So we were trying to figure out what movie we wanted to record.
Mm-hmm.
And it was originally going to be the Demeter. And
yes.
Kelsey actually showed me the trailer to that one movie, All Fun and Games.
All Fun and Games.
And I was like, that looks so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
So I went ahead and bought it for Apple TV, like on Apple. I just bought it. And I was like, okay, this is the movie we're going to do for our first episode.
Yeah.
And then we saw that the movie No One Will Save You is out on Hulu now. And we thought it was a TV show at first.
I did. I thought it was a series.
Yeah. And
I was wrong.
Yeah. And
it's a movie.
I'd be down to do like a series. Like there's like a couple that would be good that I saw that were on Netflix that I just never did. But yeah, we thought it was a series. And then I saw it was a movie and I was like, oh, we should do it. It's out. Let's do that for the first one. Then my friend Danny also goes by Nestor. His real name is Nestor. His middle name is Danny. And I've always called him Danny. And his wife calls him Daniel. Like, so.
I don't know what his name is, to be truly honest with you. I just know Jasmine. Every time I'm like, there's 3 names. I don't know which one to say.
Yeah. So I always refer to him as Danny, but he actually hit me up on Facebook the day, or Instagram the day, which was yesterday, the day in real time was the day that Hellraiser episode was launched.
Friday.
And he was the one that told me to watch that because he loved the original Hellraisers. I mentioned him. I don't remember if I mentioned him by name, but I mentioned him not by name.
Not by name, but you said, yeah.
Yeah, he was the one who wanted me to do that movie.
I didn't know it was him.
Yeah, it was him. That's why he called me yesterday asking if we're on YouTube because he wants to watch it and he doesn't have Spotify or anything.
Oh.
Yeah. That's why we're also thinking of moving a lot of this to YouTube. Also keep everything where it's at, but also like post episodes on there. We're setting up like camera stuff to do that now. But also we want to like the old episodes, maybe like put it on there with either just like a slideshow of pictures from the movies or something. We'll figure it out. But anyways, he hit me up yesterday and was like, sent me just like a snippet of the movie, like that he was watching it. And he's like, you guys got to do this. You're going to love it. Because he knows I hate these movies.
Yeah.
I am terrified of alien abduction shit. And that's what this seems like it's all about.
Yes. Well, that's why when I saw it when it first came out, I was like, oh, I'm going to make him watch this.
Yeah. I, even just now when we're sitting here watching the trailer.
Yeah, we watched the trailer right now. He will shit his pants.
Yeah, I do not do good with these movies, and I don't know why. I mean, I think I know why. I think it's the idea of something coming into your home while you're sleeping and taking you and doing whatever the fuck they want with you kind of thing. It could be that. I don't know. But ever since I was young, these kind of movies just fucked with me. I don't like them. I mean, I like them because they fuck with me, but like I don't like them in the sense that I am terrified, uncomfortable, and like the after effects keep fucking with me. Like when we were talking about it at dinner just now, I was like, oh, we're gonna watch this movie, and I was like, yeah, it's gonna be fine, but once you leave, like, I'm not gonna be able to sleep good tonight.
Neither am I. I have to go walk into the house. It's gonna take me like a block and a half away from the house. I'm gonna walk by myself.
Oh my!
I'm gonna run.
Just run.
Yeah.
My buddy Alex, if you're listening, I don't know if you remember, you told me this story. We watched that movie, The Fourth Kind here.
I fucking hate that movie.
That movie was one of the
I'll watch
biggest.
it.
Yeah.
But I'll cry.
Yeah, that was one of the biggest ones that fucked me up.
Yeah, it's bad. It's fucking horrible.
Fucking scary.
It's horrible.
It's fucking scary. And I just fucked with me heavy. So we rented it because it was back when that movie came out, back when fucking Blockbuster was still around.
Yeah,
Hollywood
it was like
Video.
in high school.
Yeah, so we rented it and my whole family watched it, and I told them, like, dude, come over. Like I said, back in the day, everyone would come here watch horror movies. So I told Alex, like I said, Alex, I hope you're listening because I hope this brings back those memories. He lives his parents live 2 streets over, right? So he came over and we watched the movie, and my mom's like, oh, we can give you a ride home if you want. And he's like, no, I'm fine. I'm just going to walk home.
Wrong choice.
Yeah, so and it's nighttime, right? So he texts me. He's like, bro, I ran. He's like, I started walking, and once I got to the next house down, I was like, fuck, I should have said yes to that ride. And then he started running. He said when he got to the corner or something, he was like, that's when I was like, I should just go back and get that ride. But he's like, but I'm already moving. I'm going. And
that's the worst, is that you're running and like you think, okay, I'm fine. But the more you run, the more you start to think about shit swallowing you. So you try to be faster than that. And you're like, I don't know what to do.
Because then you're
bail
like,
out or just keep going.
You're like, am I running fast enough to get away? So he ran all the way home. He said he turned all his lights on, put a chair in the middle of his room, and he sat in that chair until somebody was home. So then he got comfortable. But he was like, I can't lay down and get comfortable.
Alex, I would have done the same thing. All the lights on in the house, not just the room.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, that's what he did. He said the whole house.
Yeah,
and then he put the chair in his room so he could sit.
Yeah,
and just stare at the
wall. I don't
wall.
want anything touching me.
Yes,
just as long as I can see all the 4 walls and the hallway in between.
He needed all 4 walls to keep himself safe. His heart was beating like freaking hard.
Yes.
But anyways, so this movie is gonna fuck with me heavy, just like that one did.
I think with the aliens, it's so terrifying because 1, they never say anything.
Yeah.
Ever.
Yeah.
2, they always have to have some weird fucking noise following them.
Yes.
They make some weird clicking noise.
Yeah, I was about to say it's always
I fucking hate the clicking. Also, I can't stand the crawling.
Oh yeah.
Why do they have to fucking crawl? They can walk perfectly fine. They came down in a fucking spaceship. Why are you crawling after me?
On the floor?
And like, it just gets. They can draw them or CGI them to be absolutely terrifying.
Yes.
And have no emotion on their face.
No, they're total
terrifying.
Like humanoids, just tall, lanky, but they fucking are scary.
Yeah.
And man. This movie's gonna fuck with me, and of course we're watching it when it's dark now.
Yeah,
there's a lot of times when we record. Actually, I feel like every time we record, it's always at night, huh? We watch a movie at night.
More or less.
It's funny, when I was in Montana living with Matt or Mayhem, I think we did both. When I introduced him on here, when he was my co-host, a lot of them was during the day because we would like have the same days off, and we would get up in the morning, like make breakfast, and be like, "Dude, you want to watch a movie?" Like you see here. My movie collection.
Yeah.
And he would be like, hey, I've never seen this. And I'd be like, pull it out. Let's watch it.
I feel like it being the dark and or it's at nighttime is pretty, it adds to the relevance of it being horror.
Oh, it's going to be scary as fuck. But I am stoked. These, like I said, especially you listeners, you know, these movies fuck with me. When we did Nope, that one ended up not as bad because it changed from an alien abduction to a creature feature more.
Yeah, it did.
It did. And those who listen to Nope, I still loved it. I still love it now. I've rewatched it.
I love that movie.
I love that movie.
So much.
It's so much. It's so good. It's so well done.
So good.
All his movies are so well done. The only one
I haven't seen Us though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I did see yeah, I've seen all of them.
I haven't seen all of them.
Us was good. Get Out was okay.
I liked Get Out a lot.
Really?
It was fucked up.
It was fucked up.
And it shouldn't have happened the way it happened. And that shit was wild when I watched it.
Yeah.
But I really liked it.
I did too. I mean, I liked it, but it wasn't, out of all his movies, it's on the bottom of my list.
Yeah.
Us was pretty good.
I
I
have to
liked
watch that one.
Us, and Nope was really good. Didn't he do a fourth one, or was it just those three?
I thought it was just those three for now.
I'm tripping. Then I think you're right.
Oh, do we put Candyman in there?
No, he didn't do that one, did he?
Yeah, I thought he did. Hold on, I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, you Google it while I keep talking. But if he did, Candyman is gonna be on the is gonna be right above Nope, because that was a really good version of Candyman that I loved, and that was actually my first episode was that Candyman, and that was kind of like Hellraiser, where I wasn't like a huge fan of the originals, but I liked them, and then I watched the remake and I thought it was better. It just fit with our time period now. The other thing that I think he did that show on Amazon Prime called Them. Did you see that?
Did he produce that one?
Them? The one on Amazon
Yeah.
Prime? I think he did. It's like a TV show about like the first like black family to move to Compton, and like all the neighbors are, of course, they're like racist and shit. Well, on top of that, the house is cursed, and then them themselves as a family have like trauma in their past that makes it seem like
You
they're
were
cursed.
showing me this.
Yeah.
I want to watch that one too.
That is very good. We could probably do an episode on that. Like every episode, like episode 1. Okay, what did you think? Where do you think it's going? You know, bullshit like that.
Okay, so he didn't direct it, but it's coming from his production company, so he is tied to the relevance.
With Candyman?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that doesn't count then in my
I
book.
think he produced it, and it comes from the Monkey Paw Productions is
Yeah.
his company.
Monkey Paw. Do you know? Have you heard the play the Monkey's Paw?
I think so.
Oh, that's one of my favorites. Because we were talking about Shakespeare the other day. Because
We were.
Yeah. The Monkey Paw is one of my favorites. I'll tell you that after this.
Oh wow, he produces Blade too. The new one.
The new
that's gonna
one?
come out.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah,
Um.
the movies he's directed are
Great.
it's those three then.
Yeah.
But yeah, this one's gonna. So yeah, like if you've heard Nope, you know, like it. I was terrified. This one, I am genuinely terrified. And unlike Nope, this one we know that we're
Oh,
getting
yeah.
into.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be aliens and alien abduction shit.
and it fucking crawls. God damn it.
Like in the trailer. Like if you haven't seen the trailer, go watch the trailer. And I'm telling you, if you haven't watched it and you're listening to this, wait. Don't listen to the second half. Watch the movie first so you can enjoy this with us,
Yeah.
because as a fan of horror, I'm fucking scared to watch this, and that doesn't happen to
I
me.
am not scared right now because I'm not putting in expectations on it.
Yeah.
But I know that once I go home and I have to do shit by myself, it's not gonna go over well.
See, and for me, like I it's not that I'm putting expectations. It's just that I know that this kind of movie like fucks with me, and it's gonna scare the fuck out of
True,
me.
but I also don't want to be fucked up in saying that, like with Bones and all, how like all
Oh,
the stuff
yeah.
was like in the trailer,
yeah,
and then we're gonna see the movie and we're gonna get disappointed. That's why I'm putting no expectations.
that's true.
on
That's
it.
a big problem I feel that movies have nowadays.
Yeah.
Is they put everything in the fucking trailer, and it ruins it for the movie. Like when the movie is released, you don't have any surprises. You don't like
Either nothing is explained, there's no surprise,
yeah.
or you think that it was the scene and they add like a couple extra on there and you're like, oh, that kind of sucked.
Yeah. That's what sucks. So I'm hoping that, like what you're saying, that they didn't do that with this. Like there's
Yeah.
not a fuck ton of what the trailer showed it all.
Yeah.
Because that would suck.
Yeah.
The more ambiguous it always is the better. Like when Cloverfield, remember back in the day when Cloverfield came out,
Yeah.
they didn't show the monster until when the movie released, then they showed the monster in the trailers. And that in my head, that makes me want to go see the movie. As a person who loves horror and loves creature features and things like that, to go see a movie because I need to know what that monster looks like because they didn't show in the trailer, that is beautiful marketing in my opinion. And it's smart.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what movies fail to do nowadays.
I'm also excited because the actress that plays in this movie, she's in a couple other things. I think this is the first time for her doing horror.
Oh, I'd
'Cause
have to
normally
see.
she's comedy. There's another movie I want to show you, but it's comedy, so it's
Oh,
no
okay.
relevance. But she's hilarious.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I'm
Super
so
funny.
terrified that I wasn't even paying attention to any of the names
She's
that came across the screen, any of the
Well,
faces on these
she's
actors.
the only one I recognize. I don't know who else is in the movie.
Yeah. So
But
maybe they
she's really
didn't.
good.
Hopefully they didn't ruin it, and she's not.
I hope not.
I hope not. But I'm ready, but I'm not ready. You know what I mean?
I'm a little apprehensive.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie.
Oh man, yeah, me too. But Freaking hell, man. I don't know what to do. I mean, I guess we gotta get off our asses and go watch this movie.
I think we're stalling.
We're definitely stalling.
We're definitely stalling.
All right, I'm ready if you are.
Yeah, let's go do it.
All right, guys, we will be right back. What up, guys? We are back. Movie is watched. So, you guys know the drill. We're here with spoilers. I recommend, if you're just still listening, to stop and go watch it
Yes.
before, because there's a lot to talk about, and I feel like we're going to ruin it a lot.
For sure.
So, Kelsey, what did you think?
I liked it.
You liked it?
I loved it.
You really loved it?
I really liked it.
Nice.
I thought it was good. It's scary,
Yeah.
terrifying. Fucking hate that.
Yeah, I gotta say, it wasn't like scary like I thought I would be scared.
Yeah.
Like I slept fine. I was like a baby.
I didn't.
You didn't really?
No, I had wild dreams.
Really?
Yeah.
I slept. But my thing was though too, it was less alien abduction
Mm-hmm.
and more, and even a little, it was like a mix of like Invasion of the Body Snatchers kind of vibe.
Yes.
But then on top of that, it was more of her just running from this.
Yeah.
Like it was just like it was more like a creature feature where it's a monster chasing her, but it was these different types of aliens, because it was like a species of aliens and there were different breeds of them, and they were chasing her around her
because there was
house.
that freaky little crawling shit.
That one was scary.
That one was not cool. I didn't like that.
It still scared me. Like while we were watching
Oh,
it,
yeah.
I felt uncomfortable the entire time.
Well, you saw me. I was covering my eyes.
You did. I've never seen you do that for a
Yeah.
movie, and you did that a lot this time.
Yeah.
And there were both of us were both like I didn't really jump, but I would flinch.
Mm-hmm.
And I did that a lot during this. And we were watching it in my living room. No theater, no. Like big noises. And I was like, oh, okay, I didn't like that. Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't like that the whole time.
There's the regular aliens that were
Yeah.
in her house. I didn't like that
I
shit
didn't
at
like,
all.
yeah.
I didn't like that shit at all.
Yeah, it made me uncomfortable the entire time.
It's the noises they make.
Yeah, remember the clicking? And I was like, there's your clicking.
Ugh. And they got like these weird vibration noises that they do.
Mm-hmm.
And the way they were walking around in her house.
Yes, the toe thing,
Oh,
that made me, I was
God.
like, when they moved very, oops, sorry, burped. They moved very like robotic. And it,
Sometimes, not all the time.
not all the time.
Not all the time. Because when he was walking around in her house
Yeah.
and he went to the kitchen, it was like a man standing in there.
Yeah. But
Completely.
the way it was funny because like when I was watching it, I was trying to think of a way to describe it, and the first thing that popped in my head was they move very alien. I'm like, well, yeah, they're aliens, and that's why I say robotic, because I don't
Mhm.
want to be like cliche.
Well, there was sometimes where like his body would move and then the legs would move and then his head would move.
Yes, exactly. It was very like it looked like it
Yeah.
was skipped. Like the best way I can describe it is like that still picture kind of thing movement,
Mhm.
where like it would move and then it just didn't match up the way everything moved.
Yeah.
Like a scene, like somebody cut out a millisecond of the like picture of him moving, and it worked, and it was so creepy. The whole movie, I thought the movie was good. What was crazy was there was no dialogue the entire movie.
Absolutely no words until the last, I'd say like 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah, I remember we looked when she first gets attacked. The first words we hear her say, she's in her car and she yells, "Come on!" And that's when
But it's barely audible.
right, because it's inside her car. And that's when I looked. I'm like, okay, we are. It said by the time I got the remote to work, it said 36. So I
Mhm.
was like, okay, 35 minutes of this movie, and the main character finally said something.
Nobody says anything.
Yeah,
she goes
nobody.
into town. Nobody says anything.
Yeah,
When you hear people talking, it's so inaudible that you can't tell what they're saying.
right. The only one I heard was when she went to the police, and then when that lady spat in her face and she
Uh-huh.
went to leave, somebody like almost hit her and called her a freak.
I
Like
did hear that.
that's the only word I heard was freak. Something
was
freak.
it.
So it's probably like,
So
"Get out of the-
come on, freak. And the last, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, she says
I'm sorry, Mo or Maud.
Maud, which
Maud.
is her best friend.
Yeah. So that was the other thing too, because there was no dialogue, and I knew after a certain point, I'm like, okay, there's not gonna be any dialogue. I'm like, are they gonna explain what happened? Because how do you like? There's a rule I've brought it up in movies in other podcasts. It's something that I learned while writing, and it says, don't introduce a gun unless you're gonna use it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was that version. I was like, okay, they're showing like there's some history. I'm like, and if there's no dialogue, and we're getting towards the end of the movie, and she's running around the house by herself, we're not gonna find out what happened.
I think
And
it
we
did.
still did.
I think they did a great job.
They did
of
a great
showing
job of showing it.
what happened.
Yes.
And why she's in that house all by herself.
Yes. I liked it.
I did too. I was very confused. I think we guessed 4 or 5 times what time period she's in.
Oh yeah, that was the other thing too. The time period thing was
No
fucking
idea.
with me.
She had no cell phone,
That was the other thing. No cell phone.
no computer.
No.
The phone on the wall was a landline,
Yeah.
and we thought it was the 60s until she tried to turn off the TV. It was a flat screen.
Yeah, and that was 30 minutes into the movie.
Yeah.
Because at that point, that's when she figured out that the what's it called? The car wasn't working.
Yeah. She did.
Oh
have
no,
a-
she turned it
She
off.
did have a newer
So-
car though.
Yeah, she did. That's why I was like, I
We
don't
were
know.
very confused.
Yeah, I was like, I don't think it's 60s because the cars look newer. I'm like, but maybe it's just we were mistaken. And then when the car thing happened,
Yeah.
and
I
then
think she likes that time
she
period.
does. Yeah, because the way she dresses, even like the
Mhm.
way her house was styled, and then like she obviously owns her own little business.
Yes.
Like, and the way she's like put everything together to ship out, that was still that style
Yeah.
too. And that's why I was guessing like Midwest or South, or even like not even far South, like even in the like maybe even East Coast, like Virginia or something. But
She had no neighbors.
no, I'd have to rewatch it to see if there were any license plates that we could
No.
see. I wasn't paying attention to that. That's one reason why. Like, I didn't really care where it was.
Mm-mm.
I was more into the movie, and I liked it. The ending kind of bothered me.
Did
like,
it?
I think so. So the aliens obviously were invading Earth, and they took over.
Mm-hmm.
But why did they just leave her to be human?
So,
I have a theory, and I think it's good, but I want to hear what you say.
well, I Googled.
Oh, you did? Okay,
Yeah.
tell me.
Well, because they,
Or wait, because you Googled. Let
She-
me tell you my theory.
Okay, go ahead. You first.
Okay. At first, I was like, oh, I want to, let's backtrack a little bit. I want to also mention that I loved how much fight she had in her. The
Seriously.
entire time. Like in the beginning, yeah, she ran a little bit. But then once she got down, then she went back downstairs and to close the front door,
Mhm.
and the alien was in the house again. And when it did the fridge thing, right then and there, the rest of the movie, she was fighting back.
Yeah.
And she had so much fight in her. So going forward, I was like, when they like let her live, but they obviously invaded rest of the world,
Mm-hmm.
I was like, okay, this is dumb. Like, why would they let her live? Like, obviously there's military people, like other people fought back, so it can't be that. And I was like, well, maybe it's the trauma she had. And I was like, well, that's dumb. They're gonna find tons of humans that had trauma, like that are gonna fight back. If they're an invading force, any resistance, they're going to get rid of it.
Yeah.
So that was my theory. It was like, okay, then why? And so I still didn't get it. And then today I was thinking about it because it was eating at me, and I wanted to look it up too, but I didn't want to ruin it. I wanted to come up with my own theory, and my theory is the reason they let her live is because it might sound a little cliche, but she in her own world, in the world, is alien to the human
Everybody
race.
else. She does that to herself.
She did that to herself. She alienates herself from everybody. Even when she was visiting her mom at her cemetery, and she walked by, she like awkwardly waved, and then the mailman, she didn't want to go meet the FedEx guy. Like everything she did, she put a barrier between her and people. That's probably why she don't got no cell phone. She ain't got no computer.
That's true.
So in my mind, they were like, oh, she's fighting back, but like that's not, in their mind, the aliens, that's not why they kept her alive. It was because she herself amongst the humans was an alien herself by alienating herself away from everybody in that town.
Yeah.
So what did Google say though? I want to know.
More so that when she got abducted and she was in that little spaceship with all of them, and they are looking at her brain to see what's wrong with her and why she is the way she is. She forgave herself at the end. Remember, she touches her younger self's hand. She forgives herself, and they all collectively agree that she's fine.
The way she is.
Yeah, and they
'cause-
let her go back down. No idea what she saw once they were above her. Remember all the lights when she was laying on the ground? She starts laughing.
Oh yeah, I
don't know
forgot
what-
about that.
It doesn't say anything about what that was.
So they let her live because she forgave herself.
Yeah,
That's
that she was never going to stop. She kept fighting them, and she kept fighting them, and she kept fighting, and then she finally stopped
Yeah.
fighting them, and she just accepted what was going to happen to her.
Yeah.
She forgave herself. She's like, okay, I can die now.
Oh,
And they're like, well,
that makes sense. Still
home.
still kind of lame.
this wasn't as fun.
Yeah. Cause I don't know. I mean, like I said, in I think in real life too, like if aliens were invading Earth and they had one human that was showing resistance, especially because it showed that they could be violent. Like they were scratching at her.
Oh yeah.
They could have just, if they wanted to, they could just, especially how they had her frozen, they could have just snuffed her out and been like, okay, cool, we don't have to deal with that.
I mean, they wanted to put that weird tentacle thing in her mouth.
Yeah.
Which was disgusting.
But then she pulled it out. That's why I was saying
that was
like,
wild.
They were like, why is she able to fight us back? And that's what I was saying. She has so much fight that I knew that the aliens realized we cannot stop her from fighting us. But I was more like, why are they still going to keep her alive if she's going to fight? You know what I mean? Like, that's the only problem I have with the movie.
But they stared at her a lot. Remember?
Yeah, maybe they thought she was
in
pretty.
her house. They just stared at her.
Yeah.
In the basement when she was hiding from them.
Dude.
Okay, first of all, that shit scared the shit out of me.
Me too.
Remember,
me and
she's
you both.
underneath,
and that one
and
thing
the fucking
falls.
mannequin falls on the ground, and I was like, "Oh god, okay." And then she turns around, and that little thing is fucking like Asian squat on the other side.
It was funny because when it fell, I was like, "Oh!" I'm like, that made me flinch.
Yep, we both jumped.
And then she turned around, and we.
Oh,
when,
God,
I think was that
awful.
when me and you both at the same time were like, "Oh hell no" or
yes.
something. We both started
It was
laughing.
just Asian squat on the other side.
Just
Like,
fucking staring
hello?
at her. Oh my god, the way they moved like that, and then the way they would just sit or stand, like they're like even the tall one when he put his hands over his head just to stand.
I don't.
Me
like
neither,
that.
man. It was
No,
so.
the little one that was like crawling.
Yeah.
Remember? And she like backed away from him slowly, and then he just did that weird pose at the end of the hallway with his eyes got all like
Oh my
glassy
god.
and weird.
I liked how she like calmly started closing it, and as the door started closing, it started coming at her quick down
the sound
and you're
of
like
their fucking footsteps running at her.
yeah, oh my god.
It's awful.
I do
Awful.
gotta say too, my other complaint was when she went to go to the police officer, the police station, and in my and then that little altercation had her turning around. I was like, there, and even after we find out what happened, I gotta agree with my initial like thought is that no trauma that you go through. Because I remember the aliens were attacking her, and that's
Yeah, she went in the hallway. He's like, I would have fucking just gone in and reported. I said, she has trauma.
Yeah, well, then there was the part when she was fighting it in the bathroom, the little one.
Yeah.
And I said, girl, there is no trauma in the world that you can go through that is worse than being attacked by aliens in your house, that you
Think
are
about
too
it.
afraid to go
These
talk
are
to the police.
fucking aliens, and you're just standing there going, oh God, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. Oh my God. I had an altercation with my dead best friend's mom in front of the police station. And now I can't go in there and tell
There's
them
just
that
a dead fucking 6-foot alien in your living room.
I was-
No front door.
Come on, babe. What the fuck? It was like, what the shit,
Hello?
dude? Like, you're telling me that your trauma is worse than fighting fucking aliens in your house? That you can't go to the police
She
and
had to
go, "Listen."
prioritize.
Oh my God, I didn't. and then what
She had
tripped
to
me out was
prioritize.
like, okay, you got a FedEx truck that's flipped over
Yeah.
in the middle of the street. So
Mhm.
obviously someone else is going to come around. So that happened. The neighbor's house is ransacked. So he's gone. And then later on we find out that he's one of the
Yeah.
like body snatched
He
aliens.
standing in the freaking yard with a bunch of other neighbors.
Yes. And then too, like her house, it's like, come on. You really didn't like you can't put your own trauma aside to go to the police station and be like, yo, even if you lied, someone
I
broke
think she
into my
thought
house.
about it too because nobody likes her.
Yeah.
Nobody believes her.
Yeah.
Nobody talks to her, looks in her direction. She never comes out of her house.
Right.
Maybe she thought, they're not going to fucking believe me.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying too when I was like, man, I'm like, you're really just gonna leave that body there? I would have taken pictures. I would have cut a limb off or
She should
something
have
and hit
tied that to the spokes of her bike and dragged
Drag
it all
that
the way to the
motherfucker.
town.
Yeah, she should have brought something to be like, yo, because like no one's gonna believe you. That's why I would have lied. If I was in her shoes, I would lie, say someone broke into my house and I killed the motherfucker. And
Come look at it.
Come look at it. And then when they get there and see it's alien and be like, why didn't you tell us an alien? I'm like, because you wouldn't have believed me if I told you I killed an alien and it's in my house.
That wide shot of her in the bus, and you see everyone's lawn.
Has the circles from them
all
landing.
the crop circles in everybody's freaking yard was crazy.
That was crazy. That's when I was like, oh, it's like an invasion. And then the you see the FedEx drivers sit behind her in the
that was-
bus.
Did you hear him breathing behind her?
Yeah, that's when I was like, invasion of the body snatchers. That's what this
Disgusting.
reminds me of.
He was breathing all hard, and she was like, I'm just going to get up and move.
Yeah,
over
that's what I
here."
would have done. I would have moved.
And he was like, we're going to go. I thought that was good.
Yeah, she's like, oh, he's like, I got you, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, like I said, those are my two gripes. Is the ending I wasn't a fan of, and the whole she was too traumatized from what happened in her past to talk to the police and tell them I just killed an alien. Like, and then she thought the bus thing happened first, but then after the bus, instead of running back to town, and be like, okay, now I really got to tell somebody because I can't even get out of town. She goes, I'm going back to my house, gonna nail everything shut, and then hang a bed sheet over my door.
She was like, comforter over the door. They're never gonna come in.
I mean, it made a good movie for sure, but like some of like the going to the police thing, they could have done something. I don't know. I mean, it helped explain like her trauma and stuff a little bit.
I think it was better because it didn't help. They didn't help her.
Yeah, but
anyway, she did all by herself, which in the title, no one's gonna save you.
Right, and I think that's what was a good title choice because in her mind, she said that's what she was.
She was like, "No one's gonna save me.
No one's gonna save me.
I have to figure this shit out myself."
Yes, because she obviously lived in a small town, so everyone knew her. Because even when she was walking by, everyone looked at her and was like, "Oh, there's
small town."
Yeah, so she knew no one was gonna save her. But even then, like, I was like, okay, I don't know. I think she should have avoided going. The movie, they should have avoided her going into town to get the police altogether. But then I would have complained that I'm like, really, you're not gonna go get any help?
Yeah, I mean, I still think that she thought no one was gonna believe her. That's why she saw the bus and she was like, "I'm out of here."
Yeah, she's like, "I'm getting the fuck.
I gotta go."
Yeah, she's like, "I'm out."
I liked it. Also, the ending, I think it's supposed to be like, she didn't like living there, and she realized that they let her go, and she went through all of that. Now she gets to live where she wants to live, obviously in her house.
Right. Well, no, she was living in her neighbor's house.
No, it was her.
Oh, yeah,
it's
she was
in her parents' house.
It was her parents' house. Then she went to the neighbor's house. That's what it was.
Because she sells the little bird houses that look like the town.
Yeah.
And she's like, now nobody knows who she is. Because they all have aliens inside them.
Yeah.
She's like, nobody knows me.
She's like,
now I can do whatever the hell I want.
Yeah, now I'm good.
She's riding her bike, talking to the neighbors. Although she doesn't talk to them. Still no dialogue.
Still no dialogue the whole movie.
After that 3 words that she utters, that was it.
Yeah, she just, no I'm sorry, and that's it.
That was it. Which is very impressive for an hour and almost 52 minutes.
Yeah.
3 words.
She's got a great backswing, though.
Yeah.
When she killed that first alien, I was like, fuck yeah. And then it was funny because that's how she killed her friend with the rock. And that's when I made the joke. I was like, oh, she's got a mean backswing. Yeah. I'm like, oh, that's why she's able to do that backswing so good.
I thought that when she, remember when she lights the car on fire?
Yeah.
Was that after or before she goes into town?
That was after. That was the final fight. She killed that first alien and then fell asleep with her eyes open and then went to town and then she came back and then it was all fight after that. She fought all those different aliens the rest of the movie.
I thought that was going to be the end of her. She got stabbed. That was the end of the movie. And she was going to have to figure it out herself.
Well, the part when was it when like she's running into town and then there was like, it shows the sky and the aliens above. And I was like, I thought that was the end of the movie. I was like, in my head
of them like abducting everybody else.
Yeah, I was like, oh man, is this how the movie's gonna end? Like that is so lame. And then it kept going. I was like, oh, okay, good.
It kept going.
It kept going because I was like, that would have sucked. And then, and then when the part that freaked me out too, when like her like cloned self, like you hear something running at her.
Oh, I fucking hate like, that.
It was sprinting at her, and then she turns around, it's just herself sitting there like all calm and shit. And then I love the way it stabbed. Because like in real life, like obviously like with what I do for work, like when you stab and stuff, it doesn't make a noise. Like it does in the movies. So when she like stabbed, it didn't make a noise.
Meaty.
Yeah, I was like, ooh, I'm like that was good.
Yeah.
And then I thought that was it, that they were gonna kill her, but I thought that would have been dumb too if that clone of her would have killed her.
Yeah, because then it's like not everybody else has a clone; they just have the alien inside them.
Right. And then again, why would you clone somebody at all?
Maybe they wanted to keep it that way.
Yeah, like they want to keep.
They're watching them.
Like Invasion of the Body Snatcher style, where it's like, we got to keep it on the down low. They have to replace it
because then people will get suspicious.
Right. But that was cool because then the box cutter came out. Because I even said, I'm like, when she was fighting in the house, I'm like, where the fuck's that box cutter you had, girl? Like,
she had everything in them pockets.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah. And then she pulled that box cutter. I was like, there's that fucking box cutter.
Same reason that she had the lighter in her back pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, when she was fighting them with the hot water.
Oh, that was so genius. She obviously had seen the movie Signs.
Yeah.
She's like,
I need to boil the water right now. I'm gonna throw it at them.
Oh my god! And then it was funny because too, when it came, like you know how she like forgives herself when she killed herself, like she's saying I'm sorry. I think that was her.
She held her own cloned body
dying. I think that was also her like trying to be
just like let it go.
Mm-hmm.
That now she can't do anything.
Yeah.
She's getting fucking invaded by aliens. Everyone she knows and or cares about is dead.
Yeah, they're already dead. Her mom. Yeah, because
the mom was dead,
Mm-hmm.
and then the best friend died. Well, she killed her. Oops.
Yeah, I know. Me and you were you were even saying like, wouldn't she get in trouble for murder? And I think.
Yeah, but okay, so they were 12 when it happened.
Yeah.
We did the maths.
Right, because thank God it was easy numbers, 2000 to 2012.
Yeah, or else I'd have to do some subtraction. But they were 12,
Mm-hmm.
and it doesn't give any context of like she said it was an accident.
Yeah, there's none of that.
It was in a time period that shit just doesn't happen.
Yeah,
because it doesn't give you an exact time period. Then it just says 2000 to 2012. It does not say anything else.
No.
So who knows?
Yeah, and even then, like, it's like, okay, well, did she, like, because, like, I was saying, like, they could, because they don't explain it, which I kind of liked.
Mm-hmm.
They just showed that she killed her best friend, and she's still out, and her friend's parents blame her, obviously.
Yeah.
And she's scared of all the police, because when she drove by that first time, she covered her face at the beginning of the movie.
I think that's because the best friend's dad was a cop.
No, I know, that's why she's afraid of the police. And then the whole thing with even when she like was dropping off the mail, she like looked around and did it real quick. So the whole town she's like afraid of, you know, like
because they know who she is.
Yes, and they probably everybody blames her, but somehow she's on the street. So I was thinking maybe it was like they could have lied.
It's like a forgiven thing.
Yeah, or she like pushed her. She fell with me or like
something.
Who knows? But obviously somehow she was able to not be in jail for it. But yeah. Besides that, yeah, those complaints I have. Besides that, I liked it. I definitely was scared and uncomfortable for a lot of it.
Yeah.
But then it slowly, like the movie Nope, turned more into a creature feature than it did alien abduction stuff.
I would say the scariest parts are probably like the beginning when you first get introduced to the alien, because that was fucked up.
Yeah, that whole part scared me.
Yeah, the little guy.
Yeah,
don't like him.
No.
Or the big dude, the slender
big dude.
man
I did not like the big dude.
Yeah. Him out in the woods like that?
Yeah.
No, thank you.
Yeah, I didn't like that. I mean, I liked it, but like didn't like it as in it scared me. The big guy made me uncomfortable. The first alien she fights, and then after that, the one in the basement, which was also like the normal
that was
one.
So good. I think that's my favorite jump scare of the whole movie.
Yeah, where it's just squatted there, sitting staring at her.
I don't like it.
Yeah, those were the little one didn't bug me too much.
No,
because it was more like a dog where it didn't.
Yeah, that thing. And then the one that was originally in her house in the beginning.
Yeah.
They just stare at her.
No, yeah.
They don't do anything.
No.
I mean, of course, they want to, like, you know.
Yeah.
Suck the soul out of her butt.
Well,
but
the big one, the one that was in the house in the first one, in the beginning, that is the same one that was, not the same one because that one died, but the same version, the one that was in the basement, and then the one that snatched her up when it put the fucking dragon fruit up her mouth or whatever.
Yeah. But also, like, they weren't that scary at that point.
No, by then I wasn't scared.
When he put that weird dragon thing in her mouth, and then when she was in the alien the spaceship with all of them, they weren't that scary.
No, they weren't scary anymore.
But the beginning one, the little dude, and the one in the basement, and then the slender man in the garden, I didn't need all that.
Yeah,
that was scary. That terrified me.
Yeah. I know Danny was like, I want to know what you think about it. Tell me when you're done watching it. And because he doesn't listen to the podcast. I'd be like, no, fuck you. Because I think with Hellraiser, he's like, I want to know what you thought. I'm like, listen to the podcast, fucker. Like, you're supposed to be my friend. Go
He's
support.
still going to come over here and ask us about it.
I'll be like, yeah, I'll tell him, like, you got to wait till the podcast comes out. Yeah, that's pretty much, I don't have really anything else.
I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was great. Didn't want to change a thing.
Yeah.
Thought it was fantastic. I even liked the ending.
I'll probably rewatch it again.
I was happy for her.
You're happy for because now she's good.
Yeah. It was a little creepy because she was so incredibly happy.
Yeah. That was the other thing too. She was like a little too happy for my comfort.
But I guess that just adds to like the whole movie that it's just fucking creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Well, yeah, I'm done if you are.
Yeah, I liked it. It was good.
Hell yeah.
Aliens are terrifying.
Shit, yeah. I mean, yeah. But yeah, that's pretty much it for us, guys. We're probably going to end this recording and then open up another one and watch that movie, All Fun and Games.
There we go. I always forget what it's called by the time we try to go.
Yeah. My brother's going to be staying with me for like 2 weeks too. He's here now, so I might try to convince him to do that. If not, we're going to do a couple episodes with him while he's here, hopefully.
That would be really fun.
Yeah. Dude, it's October 1st right now. We watched the movie last night and then waited till today to record because we were both beat. And then
we needed the spooky vibes.
Yeah, and I wanted to think about it honestly. And then It's funny because this is probably not going to come out till November. Because
It's fine.
I have things. I have every Friday
We have
from
a lot.
here till then. I have an episode, and then
Mhm.
on Halloween I have the 2 coming out. So we'll have episodes like
Yeah, 'cause
every
it's double
week.
on Halloween.
Yeah, I'm gonna do double release that day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, damn. Well, shit, that's good. We're gonna be getting back into this pretty heavy.
I know.
I'm probably gonna be doing weekly like I did when I was in Montana.
That'll be fun.
That'd be fun. And I'm so ahead of schedule because I have so many recorded.
We have so many movies to watch. We need to write them down.
That's what I want to use this board right here behind the computer for.
Yeah.
Probably right here because I'm gonna get rid of these boxes finally. Surprise, surprise! I still have boxes from when I moved here in April, and it's October.
It's only been it's October now.
Yeah, so I maybe should just finish unpacking my stuff. But I'll use that board, and we could write the movies, and then if we get dates, write the dates next to them and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then I can post it on Instagram too. Be like, and then as we
Mm-hmm.
watch them, like cross the fucker out and put it on the story or something,
We'll figure it out.
and then write the release date or something. Yeah, we'll figure it out for you guys. Make it a little bit easier so too. Like I said, I have movies coming out every Friday of October. If you're
Mhm.
listening now, you already figured that out. But
Mm-hmm.
like maybe I should start posting monthly. Like this is the schedule for the month because we're gonna have
I think we should just do that.
yeah, because we're already like they said, this is gonna be November. The
This
first
is the
week.
best month to do it. Spooky month.
Yeah, this will be the first episode for the first week in November. Then the second week is probably gonna be the other one that we're gonna record right now. Like we're gonna have movies.
Oh yeah.
Now you guys are gonna be spoiled now that I got this new soundboard. It's so fun, man. I got all these spooky sounds I still get to play with.
Oh god.
All right, guys. Well, yeah, that's it from us. We're
Yep.
gonna get going and probably watch this
See you
other
in about
movie.
5 seconds.
Yeah. All right, guys. You have a good one.